right, so today what we're going to do is we're going to work on our hands-on equations again, but this time we're going to look at lesson 23. So again, I'm going to put my name, my hour, and lesson 23. Now this lesson is a little bit more detailed. Just make sure that you follow along. You might have to watch it a couple of times just to make sure you get it. We're going to look at the example. It's going to be example B. And if you go into your hands-on equations app, here's lesson 23. You're going to notice what's different on this is the distributive property, but the negative in front of the parentheses. That's what's going to give you trouble today, and that's why I want you to really pay close attention to the notes. So I'm going to go into Notability, and I'm going to go ahead and write that problem down. Star minus 2 parentheses 3x plus 1 parentheses equals star plus a negative 8. Okay? Again, what's going to cause you problems? Well, it's going to be this part right in here. That's what's going to cause you problems today. And so let me show you how to do this now. What you're going to do is you're going to take that negative there and you're going to do a chop chi to it. So you're going to be distributing a negative 2 with the parentheses. So negative 2 times 3x is going to give you negative 6x. How did I get that? Well, negative 2 times 3 is negative 6, and the x comes along for the ride. Okay. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this plus sign right here, and I'm going to drop that down, and it's going to be a plus sign here. Okay, so I just copied that down, and then I'm going to distribute the negative 2 with the 1, and I end up with negative 2, because negative 2 times 1 is negative 2. Now the rest of the problem, I just go ahead and I write down the rest of it. And I don't need parentheses. You notice I started doing it and I'm like, nope, don't need them. Okay, so don't add them if you don't need them. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to take care of my numbers. I always like taking care of my numbers first. I'm going to add a 2 because it's minus 2 or a negative. And you'll notice these cancel. So star plus negative 6x equals star plus a negative 8 plus 2 is negative 6. Right now you're going to notice that I've got stars on either side. So I'm going to subtract a star on each side of the equation. You'll notice that these cancel. So negative 6x equals negative 6. And I understand I got a negative 6 in front of the x, but I can easily take care of that by division. I can divide both sides by negative 6, and I end up with x equaling 1. How did I get that? Well, negative 6 divided by negative 6 is 1. A negative divided by negative is a positive. And star is negative 1. Okay? So now let's go ahead and do our check. Again, I'm going to write down the original problem. So star, oops, sorry, it's a check. I'm going to take my star out and I'm going to put in negative 1. Take out my 1, put in 1, or my x and put in 1. So you'll notice I took out my star and I put in negative 1. I took out my x's and I put in 1. Now what we're going to do is we're going to concentrate inside these parentheses, because order of operations say parentheses first. So 3 times 1 is 3. And then I'm going to copy down all that other stuff. And I can go ahead and solve the right-hand side and make that negative 9. Again, I'm still working inside these parentheses. So 3 plus 1 is 4. Okay, now I'm going to work on my multiplication. So 2 times 4 is 8. And then you can go ahead and add. Now, this is kind of a chop-chi idea. Chop-chi. We've talked about that before, making that into an addition statement. And I end up with negative 9 equaling negative 9, and it's a check. Okay? So that's the first problem in the review. And you'll notice everything makes a difference. All those little negatives, all those parentheses, it's now starting to really get interesting. Let's go ahead and move on to the next example. Example C. Okay, and if you go into the app again, here's the problem. 2x minus parentheses 3 star plus 5 parentheses equals 2 star plus 16. I'm going to copy this down now into Notability. Okay. What gives students trouble is right here. That negative, there's no number in front of the parentheses. Well, remember, in the past, if I had the number like x, it was assumed that a 1 was in front of it. So that's the case in this also. We have to assume that there's a number in front of there, and it is a 1. So I'm going to put the 1 in front. When you do these, I want to see the 1. It's just going to make it so much easier. And then, like the last problem, when I have a negative number in front of the parenthesis, I'm going to chop-chi it and make it into a negative number. So plus a negative number. I'm going to take negative 1, I'm going to multiply it by 3 star, and I get negative 3 star. And then I'm going to go addition. Why? Because of the addition sign up above. I just bring that down below. Then I'm going to take negative 1 and I multiply it by 5. So I get negative 5. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy down all that other stuff around it. Again, I'm going to take care of my numbers. I love taking care of those numbers first. I'm going to add 5 to each side. So 2x plus negative 3 star equals 2 star plus 21. Now you're going to notice that I want to get rid of the 2 star. What students will do is this. Now this is wrong. I'm just going to show you. They're going to go minus 2 star, minus 2 star. Whoa! I've got a negative 3 star. I can't take 2 star away from that. So try to avoid that. Okay? You can't do this because you have a negative in front of the 3 star. So I'm going to undo that. That is not something I want to do. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a 2x to get rid of that star. And again, that's another move that we sometimes forget about. So 4x plus negative 3 star equals 4x. Oops, sorry about that, not 4x. 2x plus 2 star plus 21. Now again, what was I doing? I was trying to get rid of that 2 star. So now I'm going to explode those because they're on the same side. I got 4x plus negative 3 star equals 21. Okay? And I can't take away an x and a star on that because I've got a negative 3 star. I can't take it away. So what students, again, what you're going to want to do is go, oh, easy. I can go negative 3x minus 3 star. I can't do that because this is a negative. I can't take away something that's already a negative. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add 3 stars to each side. Okay, that cancels this. So 4x equals 21 plus 3 star. Okay, now I'm going to add 3x. So 7x equals 21 plus 3 star plus 3x. Now these explode. 7x equals 21, and now I divide. X equals 3, star equals -3. And it's kind of exciting when something that you've worked so hard comes off to be like 3. I'm trying to circle this and it's not cooperating. There we go. It comes out into like 3 and -3. That's kind of exciting when that happens to you. Okay. And yes, I know this is involved, but we're also getting to the end of hands-on equations, and it makes sense that these problems would become involved and quite difficult. But I know all of you can do it, so no big deal, okay? Just keep working on it. We need to do our check. So I'm going to go to the original, 2x minus parentheses 3 star plus 5 parentheses equals 2 star plus 16. I'm going to take out the x, and then I believe I'm going to put in a 3. So make sure that you put in the right number. So now I am again working inside the parentheses. Okay? So 3 times -3 is -9. Then I'm going to add all that other stuff around it. That's where your handwriting really pays off. Good handwriting. Okay, and then on the other side, 2 times -3 is -6. Plus 16. Okay, again, I am still working inside the parentheses. So -9 plus 5 is -4. Go ahead on the right-hand side, and I can finish that up. Make it 10. Okay, on the left-hand side, 2 times 3 is 6. Okay, and why did I jump over and do 2 times 3? Well, all my work was done inside the parenthesis. -9 plus 5 was -4, and so that number was by itself. There wasn't anything else I could do in front of that parenthesis. Okay, now when I go a little bit further, you're going to notice that I've got that negative, that chop stuff. Okay, so 6 plus 4 is 10. That equals 10, and that's our check. Okay, and that's lesson 23. Now, I know lesson 23 is quite involved. I get that. Do the best you can. Okay, do problems 1, 2, 3, 4 if you can. If not, go ahead and do 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Do that review stuff. So again, if you go into the app, the questions that I gave you through C, those I helped you with. Now when you go on, 1, 2, 3, and 4, that's new work. I want you to try those. I want you to do the best. But if you're really struggling and it's just not going well for you, go ahead and do 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. At least those will be done when I see you the next day. And again, email me if you have questions. Let me know if you need something, or come in before school. I'll be happy to help you.